Hey everybody, Drew here for Games here on YouTube.com. Welcome to the first episode of Breaking Rocks, in which my younger brother Desert Nord and I are here just to run through. I know they're gonna hate me saying the term, but I don't give a fuck because the channel's not monetized anyway, and it never will be at this point in time. As we rip apart SJW culture, cancel culture, did I say SJW?
Yeah.
Okay. And basically the fake woke left Yahtzees. Because let's face it, guys, they spend all day, every day, pushing their little stands to call anyone that disagree with them Yahtzees or fascists, yet they're the ones acting like it. Just saying.
Yep.
So with that said, as you guys heard a couple of times, and with that last yep, obviously here is Desert Nord. Hey, bro.
Hey there.
Are you trying to sound like Fozzie now?
No, I'm just.
Hey. Anyway.
I'm just going with the flow, bro.
Okay, so today we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, or rip apart, if you will, like Bob Chapek over Disney and his lies to the investors at the investor meeting on March 9th, which I know is old news, but we haven't had a chance to do this because, like we said on Wednesday, that was the first episode of the gaming version of this since Desert Nord had moved. So there's gonna be some old stuff here and some stuff that probably happened like the other day. Also, we'll be going on about what else have I written here? On the charity stream, Geeks and Gamers and their interaction with Zack Snyder and my discussion on the film itself. A U.S. Senator slammed Sheena Carano on Bill Maher's show. We'll get into that. Major League Baseball goes fake woke and moves the All-Star game out of Atlanta for what they perceive as racist law prohibiting people of color from voting. First of all, I'm pretty sure I'll get into that when we get there. And also, cancel culture comes for Sly. We'll get into that. For golfing, apparently. And a terrible call at the Phillies-Braves game recently. So, with that being said, do you want to kick things off with the thing that you were talking about before we started filming?
Oh, sure. The Jordan Peterson situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it all started like about a week ago when one of the fans of Marvel Comics sent Jordan Peterson a tweet showing him a screenshot of one of Ta-Nehisi Coates' recent issues of Marvel's Captain America comic featuring Red Skull using the same terminologies and ideology that Jordan Peterson espouses and teaches. Kind of shocking everyone, really. And Jordan responded by sort of, first, he started by being bewildered by it and baffled by it, as everyone else was.
Yeah.
And then he sort of went, you know what, screw it, I'm going to lean into it. And so in the last few days, the memes have erupted of Red Skull quoting Jordan Peterson as a sort of hilarious irony to show just how ridiculous Ta-Nehisi Coates' comparison is. You know, all sorts of like completely innocuous, like Jordan Peterson good regular advice type quotes, you know, like clean your room and stuff like that, erupting as Red Skull memes.
And speaking of which, I will plug it here. Desert Nord does have a meme video on his channel called Jordan Peterson as Red Skull meme and Thanos reaction. So go check that out. I will put a link to Desert Nord's channel in the description down below for you guys to go look.
Yeah, the basic concept is that the meme is making fun of Ta-Nehisi Coates' comparison of Jordan Peterson to Red Skull.
Yeah.
The Red Skull in the comics of Captain America has always been an evil, you know, do nothing good type of Skeletor type character. And for him to, without even joking, no joking aside, all joking aside, truly compare Jordan to that guy, to that character,
yeah,
is absurd and therefore deserved the meme it's gotten.
And coincidentally, Red Skull worked for a certain organization from World War II.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which means he's supposed to be a villain and not liked, Twitter.
Sure, he's the typical comic book villain, you know?
Yeah.
He's your classic comic book villain, and in a political sense, there's only one that fits that mold, and we all know it.
Uh-huh.
So.
Well, either way, you could make him the face of what we're verbally fighting against here with Breaking Rocks.
But the point of the whole situation was that it's backfired completely because it's a stupid and absurd comparison.
Absolutely.
Because never in any time, I mean, unless you're just so bloody hyperbolic about your beliefs, there's no way in hell you could truly compare the two.
Mm-hmm.
But he did anyway. And so people have really laid into it. And even Jordan laid into it. Everyone's laid into it. You know, I mean, there's a million people that saw that and went, this is absurd, and we're going to make fun of you, Ta-Nehisi. So.
Yep. So, yeah. So, with that being said, anything else before we...
No, that was the gist of the situation there.
Alright. So, and speaking of Disney-owned related shit, Bob Chapek tells investors that KK is not going anywhere in March 9th investors call. He also says that Disney doesn't lean left or right politically. Bull fucking shit.
Well, imagine having that lack of self-awareness, man.
You don't lean left or right, yet you fire Gina Carano for...
So I have to ask, what would it look like if they did lean left?
Putting her in a camp, I guess?
I mean, would they go out killing people who disagree with them? Because they're already firing them.
I don't know, but on a lighter note, there are rumors going around the internet that I've seen, like, a Black Jedi, and, well, Drunk 3PO has said that he doesn't know about any of this, and he actually can talk to Gina Carano directly. But there's rumors going around that Disney is looking to hire her back.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you got to do fucking something because you haven't said sorry.
This is called a screwed pooch situation, okay?
Yeah, even if you bring her back, people are still not going to forgive it.
Yeah, and that's if she even come back, which she shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't go back to your users and apologize for,
you don't go back to the bully that bullied you in the hallway and say, "Hey, do you remember when you bullied me yesterday? Yeah. Can you do it again?"
Personally, I don't think if Disney is still denying its bias and denying its problem, then they haven't learned anything.
Yeah. And on the 17th of March, Forbes called out Disney and Chapek in particular for the handling of firing Gina in the first place. So Forbes is actually saying something, finally. You're really fucking late, Forbes.
Yeah.
But as my uncle said when I graduated from high school, I guess better late than never.
Yeah, well, apparently they got some slow-ass boomer writers that don't notice things
Well,
until
the
a
thing
month
is
later.
that Forbes since then has also still been supporting fake woke shit since. So I think this was just one writer at Forbes that
Yeah.
put this out,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah. It
and
seemed like an opinion piece to me, too,
and
yeah.
Forbes allowed it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's out of character for them, but whatever.
Well,
Anything to add?
no, I just think that Disney is absolutely lying its ass off because their decision making has started to hurt them, and they're starting to feel remorse, but remorse doesn't qualify as an apology.
Yeah. So with that said,
They're not sorry they did it. They're sorry it hurt them.
we're sorry we got caught. Yeah.
No, well, of course they were going to get caught. What we're talking about here is the pain they've felt since.
We're sorry that we've been crucified.
We're sorry to lose revenue and fans over something we did stupidly.
Yeah, well, you should.
But we're not sorry we did it.
You should fucking be, and we're not sorry that we walked away. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, they showed their true colors in front of all of us, and we saw it in real time, and we were like, all right, that's it, we're done.
That's a great setup
like,
for the next time.
A person can only deliberately betray you and insult you to your face so many times before you finally say, I'm gonna leave.
You have no idea how perfect of a segue that is into the next topic. Because the next one written down literally is about betrayal and saying shit to your face. On a charity stream with Geeks and Gamers, Zack Snyder called, well, he didn't directly call them, but he worded it in such a piss poor way that people have been and could assume that he was referring to Geeks and Gamers as a hate group. And also talked about how we shouldn't hate Asian people. Well, no fucking shit.
Yeah, who's we, Zach?
And also raised this stink about the charity stream being associated with Geeks and Gamers. I don't know, because someone from that team contacted you, Uche. Maybe that's why it's associated with Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
Look, Zack Snyder, I know you're a Hollywood type, and I know that means that you're stupid. But at some point, you have to pretend to be a coherent human being.
He got scared that he was going to receive some sort of SJW smackdown for associating himself, which he was about to. He basically was put in front of a firing squad of sorts and made to apologize and distance himself, or else. And he decided, sure, I'll do that.
And in doing that and wording everything the way that he did, it grinded the donations to that charity to a fucking halt for like an hour, give or take.
Yeah.
A charity that basically he has an association or connection with.
Yeah, no, he proved that if a person of weak will like himself is put in front of the SJW Twitter firing squad, they'll throw good people with good intentions and good actions who've never done anything wrong completely under the bus over their difference of opinion with the Twitter crowd. Yeah. They'll throw them under the bus and run the bus over happily, back it up a couple of times, and run them over some more. He absolutely did no favors to his credibility with that. I mean, people think, oh, that was just so brave of him to do that. Like, no, it wasn't. What would have been brave of him would be to say that the Geeks and Gamers crowd are not hateful people. They're good people. They're smart people. They know what they're talking about, and they've done nothing but good for the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been the brave thing to say, but he didn't say that.
But on the lighter note, his movie, the Snyder Cut, or Zack Snyder's Justice League, as it was officially listed on HBO Max at the time, it was actually pretty good.
Now, sure, people appreciate it, but having steered so hard into it, all of the crowd that we are talking about, having basically propped up his cut of it.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like a remorse thing for the people on the Geeks and Gamers side to have ever promoted his shit, only to have him throw them under the bus.
Now, with the movie itself, because I'm going to forget about Zack Snyder for a minute and just talk about the movie as basically the movie review part of this part here, if you will. The movie I actually liked. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was on the level of, say, some of my favorite shit of all time, like the original Star Wars trilogy or anything like that, but it did its job. It was a good DC movie, if you will, which is which you're not going to find many people saying about DC movies anymore.
Yeah, and what I'll say, bro, is that the film itself, the edit cut of it itself, is par for the course with Zack Snyder. The man is a good film director.
Yeah, he is. No one is ever disputing that. He's just, outside of that, a spineless jellyfish.
Yeah.
As I said in that video on the channel, go check it out. It's called A Message for Geeks and Gamers. Now, that video has gotten about 57.1% approval rating, but then again, I'm surprised that it got that high of an approval rating on the internet. But it is what it is.
Yeah, he's a good producer and a good film director. Yeah. But he yields to gentle pressure like lawn furniture.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Speaking of questionable decisions, I don't know the person's name, but a U.S. senator slandered Gina Carano on Bill Maher's show, and in doing so, at the end of her little spiel, Lynch basically came to the conclusion and said on air, I'm probably going to get sued for slander for this. Well, you fucking should.
It's best not to admit that. It's like saying I'm going to get arrested for thieving, you know?
While you're doing it.
Yeah, while you're doing it. Like an admission of guilt, practically.
In front of the cops.
Yeah.
Hey, officer, I'm probably going to get arrested for this, but...
See, because keep in mind what the definition of the word is. People can joke about, slander, but if you are, like, engaging in what you are pretty sure is slander is something that you know is false, but in order to damage the reputation of someone.
Well, let me quickly correct myself.
So why would you admit to doing that on live television?
I just remembered one detail that about this senator that I forgot up until now. She's a former senator.
Sure, yeah.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. Former senator, current senator. Point is, you were in our government, and you're still willing to basically character assassinate an American citizen.
Yeah, I don't understand why any politician would ever insult anyone ever. They are not one to talk.
Yeah. Speaking...
Or a politician in general, by the way.
Yeah. Speaking of...
Politicians who insult people, they're fair game.
Yeah. Absolutely. Speaking of fascist moves, Major League Baseball moves the 2021 All-Star Game out of Atlanta because of a law that they just passed prohibiting voting unless you have a state ID or driver's license.
Yep. Which is free to get in the state.
Which is mandatory here in Minnesota. I'm pretty sure it is in Arizona as well.
Yeah.
And it also is in the very state and city that they moved the All-Star Game to. Denver, Colorado.
Yes, they moved from a state that didn't previously require it and was about to, or has now started to require it. And in some sort of childlike, folded arms, crying anger, obviously allied with the Democratic Party move, decided to move out to Denver, but they require it too. Yeah, good move, MLB, you stupid idiots.
So,
but let me just qualify a few things here, okay? About the actual Georgia law change.
yeah.
One thing that is true and does move the argument slightly toward the towards truth, we'll say,
Yeah.
In favor of Democrat opinions, is that historically voter ID laws have been used for racist reasons. That is true.
Yeah,
that can't be denied.
Yeah.
But currently, there is zero restriction whatsoever for anyone of any minority group whatsoever
from
to
voting.
get a free ID in the state.
Yeah.
So, can't imagine what the problem is. I can't imagine what the problem is.
It's their
there isn't one, as far as I can tell.
It's their fake virtue signaling, but we'll get a little more into that in just a sec here because there's more bullet points on this topic that I got here. So, Major League Baseball says that this move, as they say it, is to help black people.
Yeah.
Moving an event from a predominantly black area to a predominantly white area in Denver, how is that not racist?
The MLB is being completely stupid with this. Just completely stupid.
And I'm not the only one who thinks this. The Daily Wire's Candace Owens recently hammered, and I wrote this next term in for obvious reasons because I'm going to close out the show in a very unique way for this first episode here. But Candace Owens hammers fake woke MLB decision to move the All-Star game, and she called out their Democratic hypocrisy, or Democrat hypocrisy, or left-leaning horseshit, as I'm going to word it. So, thank you for your opinion, Candace. I do respect you, and as well as the Daily Wire. And not just because I agree, but and yeah, I look forward to the left trying to call her out because Candace Owens is a minority, or as they word it.
Oh, they love going after her. They don't pretend she's even. They act like she isn't even black because of her opinion.
Which only confirms what she says in her hammering of Major League Baseball and fake woke ideologies, that they're racist. Yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, they say horrible shit when no one's able to hear them about her.
Except for that side says that on Twitter. Everyone sees it. Everyone calls it out. And the people who should give a shit don't.
Yeah, it's not a nuanced argument if your argument is my political opponents are Nazis because reasons.
And then, but here's the thing: we can actually give those reasons. There are receipts on you guys.
Like one, they're not one. It's not a matter of let's just Godwin everybody and say everybody that disagrees with us is Nazi. That's the core of the stupidity we're dealing with here.
Yeah. And speaking of cancel culture, which is what all this stems from, they are evidently coming for Sylvester Stallone for golfing at a Trump-owned golf club. So you can't even go golfing anymore.
Yes. How dare you associate with a bad orange man? Yes.
However, the best part of all of this is I'm 90 to 100% sure that Sly doesn't give a fuck. He's just going to go golf.
Look, anybody that knows anything already knows that Sly is not some big, Trump supporter. If he was, you'd already know about it.
Yeah.
But golfing at a Trump-owned golf course is not in any way an endorsement, and people who think it is are being really stupid.
Yeah. Well, then again, what exactly would you expect
And even if he did
from
endorse him,
fake
oh
woke pieces of
well,
shit?
get a life, people.
Yeah. So, to wrap up what I have written down before we hear from Tom Mcdonald at the end of the thing, because I am going to play a particular song, considering I've referenced it like 50 times in the show already. I think you know which one.
Yeah.
But there was a terrible call at the plate in the Phillies Braves game recently. I don't remember if it was yesterday or whatever, but there was a Phillies player tagging up from third, running home on a short fly out to left field. When the play went down, he was called safe. They went through the replay, and it was revealed in front of everyone, including the umpires, that he never even touched the fucking plate.
Yeah.
And then, in their infinite wisdom, the umpires upheld the call.
Yeah.
Now, keeping in mind that this game, Phillies versus Braves, was being played in Atlanta, which has me asking the question, were the umpires told to keep that call because of the voter law?
Oh, maybe.
You can say what you want about the NFL and their virtue signaling, but at least it doesn't feel like their virtue signals are entering the field of play.
Well, at least in the NFL, you can chalk things up to imaginary planes and lines and dimensional spaces of air in between the field and outer space.
Yeah, but now with this incident,
but in baseball, you don't touch the plate. You are not home.
Yeah. So it feels like that the political ideologies and leanings of Major League Baseball are filtering over into the decisions of games, which you don't feel like is the case, I think, in any other sport.
Unless they're starting to institute a plane in baseball. So all you gotta do is break the plane of the plate or some crap like that.
And a number of people have said this on Twitter, and I agree that Major League Baseball is only proving that they are completely incompetent with the replay thing now.
Well, bro, we already know that the NFL refs have gone, cross-eyed with half their calls in recent years, and of course, politically insane.
Yeah. But again,
MLB it wasn't as atrocious with the calling for sure. The calling was always, some here, some there, but never like, what are they doing? Like the whole crowd is confused type of situation. That hasn't happened recently.
And also with Major League Baseball, the ratings are down. Well, it is in every sport because every sport has basically gone fake woke.
Yeah.
No, there's a reason I say fake woke, because there's being woke. There's being for minorities, for transgender people, for people that identify as this, that, and the other thing, and all of that. And then there's either pretending to be or just doing so because the person next to you is doing it.
Sure, and if I may say so here, there was two concepts that the United States was founded upon. Two concepts.
Yeah.
First concept, maybe referred to as democracy, is respecting the will of the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
which should always play a role. Obviously, the majority in the country should not be ignored.
And I'm willing to bet the majority of Americans are basically of the mindset of live and let live. If you let me live my way, I will let you live your way.
Well, what I was about to say was the second concept, which was paramount, was the republicanism involved in respecting the rights and protecting the rights of minorities. And that includes not just racial minorities, and not just ethnic minorities, and not just gender minorities or whatever.
But all of them.
All minorities.
Exactly.
Including opinion minorities.
Because you need to know what the definition of minority is. That's when a group of people...
Any group that isn't the majority?
Exactly. It's less than the rest.
Yeah, and those
So,
both those concepts are
yeah,
paramount. You can't
and
remove either concept because as soon as you do, chaos ensues.
and apparently the definition of that concept is something that's lost on our government and basically a lot of people apparently.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, extremism, you really can't be a political extremist in the United States without ignoring one of those two concepts.
Yeah. So, to get the message across on what this show is, stands for, and basically what I publicly stand for, and that's balance. Not left, not right, but balance. Treating each other with respect. I don't give a damn what you look like, who you are, where you come from. So, are you ready to hear from our well, I don't know if he's your favorite, but my favorite artist,
Sure.
Tom Mcdonald, and actually, I think I'm better off bringing it up on the other screen. So give me a few minutes. So that way we can actually see the video because the other screen is in the camera shot. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah,
If
we're
there's a
going to
moment
talk while
here.
I'm bringing this up.
Yeah, people should really learn to chill out a lot more often
Oh, yeah.
because it's almost like in taking everything else so seriously, they're not taking themselves seriously.
There is one
And
more.
it just leads people to feel bad. Just there's no one who feels good in those situations.
There is one more thing that I just remembered that recently came across the desk that I didn't write down. That I feel like maybe we should discuss briefly before we get to Tom McDonald's music video here. And that's Indiana Jones 5.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar with this situation?
Sure, yeah. It's going to be a woke mess, obviously.
Yeah. Do you want to enlighten on what you know for everyone watching?
Well, they're already making bizarre casting decisions for starters, and
Yeah.
I hear that the writing is practically going to do. It's going to do to Indiana Jones what The Last Jedi did to Skywalker.
Yeah, and obviously it feels like this is Kathleen Kang's last movie before she gets shoved in a garbage can.
Yeah, it's one of the last. Well, and it's one of the last characters she hasn't gotten to destroy yet. Last male characters.
Yeah. And my only question is, how is Harrison okay with doing this?
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I know he politically agrees with these people, but he should still appreciate the fact that his characters are beloved for reasons.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just gonna kill himself on camera and have everyone cheer.
Yep. So, are you ready to start hearing from Tom?
Sure.
Here we go.
When you buy this plant,
Fuck. Add.
Yeah, of course.
That's not skippable. Here we go.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, because you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say is homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got beat too to the rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew the race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they used the media to feed the flame. They so faithful. about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake, won't say, so fake, won't. Facts don't care what you feel. It's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picture up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name. When the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Say so fake woke. Facts don't care what you feel. Use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase. But you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy. Say it silently. When countries going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill when the side effects get you high. You get addicted like these rappers dying, fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen women. How we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Say so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
There you go, guys. Tom McDonald and Fake Woke. 13 million views. Uploaded 2 months ago. Go check out the channel. I'll put a link in the description to Tom McDonald's channel down below so you can go check out all of his music videos as well. Anything you want to add, bro?
No, I would just say that Tom's pretty good about, getting his point across.
Yes, he is. And he's also damn good to people who want to react to his videos on YouTube.
Yeah, we all appreciate the fact that the guy's not a jerk about copyrights.
Well, to borrow a name of one of his songs, he is no butthole.
Yeah.
And
he wants his music to be popular, and in this day and age, the way to do that is to let folks enjoy it.
Yeah, and obviously I got my Tom McDonald Gravestones t-shirt on here for obvious reasons.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I should start reacting to his stuff on the channel. But either way.
Well, he does have quite a lot to react to, because,
yeah.
it's a good 5 or 6 years worth of material.
Yeah, because the most recent thing he did was, he's got something from 2 hours ago. My albums were stolen by Tom McDonald. Sorry, I misread that. It's my albums were stolen by Tim McDougal. Okay.
That's kind of funny.
Let's just take a look at that right now. Well, you'll be hearing it, but you'll be seeing it when you watch this back later.
Yeah.
Are you cool with that?
Sure.
Let's see.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Tim McDougal. I've stolen an entire box of Tom McDonald's new collab album, As Far as the Stars, and I'm trying to give them to you for 15% off. Just use the promo code Stolen Albums at www.hangovergang.com. Wait, there's more.
No, there's no more. We have a restraining order against you, Tim. You need to go. Go right now. Leave the album. Give me the album. These are not yours.
Give them.
Tim, leave the
I
album.
stole these albums fair and square.
My face is on the
Oh, yeah, your face is on with your butt's on. Live on.
Now it's just Tom McDonald sitting at his keyboard, hearing things downstairs.
You can't be here. You need to leave.
I wouldn't have to be here if you told everybody this is the world's first mask album. What Tom and Nova failed to tell you guys is, As Far as the Stars is the world's first mask album. See what I mean? The world's first wearable mask album. You like
Oh, for crying out loud!
You like masks? It looks great. You don't like my music? You don't like the masks? You.
Oh my God. That was a dream.
You darn tootin' it was a dream. It's a dream that right now you can get the world's first mask album for 15% off at hangovergang.com. Just use Tim McDougal's special promo code Stolen Albums. McDougal.
Oh, God. I encourage you guys to go click on that and click like on it. That's fucking funny.
Yep.
And I especially encourage you to go watch it yourself so you can see what I was watching there. No,
Yeah.
But yeah, go support Tom McDonald on the channel, and if you like what you hear, go buy his albums on tommcdonald.com. He has a website where he sells his albums, and he ships them out himself with help of Nova. So to close things out here, after that, what are you gonna be doing after this?
Oh, well, just enjoying the afternoon. Not probably anything too, crazy.
Yesterday I streamed playing Skyrim on Twitch and ported it over to Drew Gaming over here on YouTube. And at the end of that, I said that I was gonna get back to it today, which I still intend to do. So after this uploads for you guys on YouTube, you will find me over on Twitch. Once this is officially live on YouTube, me playing the Adventures of Drew Heartfire over on YouTube of my character from Skyrim.
Yep.
So I encourage you to come hang out and chat with me there if you're available, bro.
I might be able to.
I will text you as soon as the thing is uploaded, so that way you'll know that I'll be going live fairly soon on Twitch at that point.
Yep.
So with that being said, we should get out of here and end the show on that note. So with that being said, I want to try to do this every Monday at about the same time, if at all possible, if that works for you, Nord.
Sure, if you can find enough material for it.
Well, just look on Twitter.
Well, I mean, and bro, I would say maybe it shouldn't have to always be Monday, but you know.
Well.
Well, and maybe you'd skip a week some weeks, because I mean,
well, that's true
the woke
too.
stuff, I mean, is there to talk about, but
For
it's probably not going to fill a whole video like this did.
Well, keep in mind that this was a few weeks worth of stuff too.
Yeah, I know.
But I think now we're setting a precedent with having Tom McDonald at the end of it with one of his videos, that we'll probably be doing that at the end of each one.
Well, maybe if it's possible.
And especially if that video fits what's being said in the very show.
Sure.
So with that being said, we will see you guys. Fuck it. We will see you guys in 2 weeks to do this again. However, Wednesday we will be back with another episode of Drew Dat Games podcast. Because I got shit to talk about for the gaming industry. And Sony's probably about to turn into what Microsoft used to be. At this rate. But we'll get into that on Wednesday. We will see you guys then. Goodbye for now, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Later.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.